Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to video number one of this video series that I'd like to put out, answering questions for anyone who has a child with Pectus excavatum. I know growing up I was extremely alone with Pectus excavatum. There was no internet. There was definitely no Facebook groups with Pectus excavatum, about Pectus excavatum back in my day, which is, I'm only 31. So throughout the tougher times, throughout my teens, there was definitely none of that. I knew no one. My parents and I never really talked about it. I did break down once to my mother. But anyhow, the point is, I'd like to be that person that, I wish I would have had in my life. Growing up as a kid with Pectus excavatum, just to share some insights, some advice, and to hopefully help. So I wrote a post the other day in your group, and you guys asked a couple of questions, so let's do this. All right, first question is, did you have difficulty breathing as a child, teenager? Did you join sports in high school? Okay. I was very athletic. I played a lot of sports. I excelled a lot in sports. But I did have breathing issues sporadically. Like, there would be times where I played so much basketball in my life, running back and forth, and I never had any breathing issues. But then there were times where I played soccer, and I trained really hard during practice. Now this is in college where I remember it the most. It was like mid-20s, community college. I trained really hard, and 10 minutes into the game, I wouldn't be able to breathe. I wouldn't be able to keep up with someone, with my teammates, even though I trained the same amount as they did. So I definitely noticed there was something odd about my breathing. I definitely had shortness of breath. Now that being said, I think because of my Pectus excavatum, I also had a lot of heart. Growing up, I don't know, I was just really in tune. I was just really emotional growing up, right? I was just an emotional kid. And I think that gave me extra fuel when I played sports. So, I don't know, something just always motivated me to push even harder and to play super hard. And there was only like one or two times where really I noticed that I couldn't keep up with the breathing, but very few compared to all the times where I played a lot, ran my face off, ran my butt off. And I mean, I really did enjoy sports. I did not play in school. Reason is because I didn't have the grades to play in school. I was somewhat of a troublemaker back then. I didn't have the grades. I just didn't have the attention span or the behavior to get the good grades. And so, and the last point that I want to make is that as I got older into high school, I stopped playing rec sports because of the skins and shirts rule. So that really sucked. Deep down inside, I wanted to play. I loved playing sports, but I let it stop me. That skins and because I was afraid of that. I was terrified of the coach saying, okay, we're gonna do skins and shirts. Alex, you're on skins. And it happened once or twice, and I was just scared of that. So I stayed away from sports as I got older into my teens, which I completely regret. So let's get into the next question. Hi, thanks for this. Has there been an effect on your heart? Look and see. I did take a test once on my heart. It all appeared to be good. We've experienced all these, so just wondering how common it is. Now, let me rephrase the post. Hi, thanks for this. Has there been any effect on your heart, mitral valve, enlargement maybe, any tests from geneticists. We've experienced all of these. So just wondering how common it is. Child now 16, and the above findings only just come to light recently after years of monitoring and being told no negative anatomic effect. Looking to see if any connective tissue disorder causing heart stuff. Many thanks to you and anyone who may have had similar experience. I remember when I was, I think 17-ish, they did check my heart, and they said that everything was good. One thing that I'd like to make a note of is that I was in my teens and I hated my Pectus excavatum so much, and I knew that I was healthy. Never really had any major health issues, but I knew that at one point I was willing to lie about my symptoms. I was willing to exaggerate my symptoms, like my breathing. I wanted to find a problem so badly so that I can get the surgery covered by the insurance. So what I would just say is, that's a possibility, guys. It really is. It really is a possibility that we hate the way it looks so much that we're willing to lie about it. And just keep an eye out for that. There's nothing better than your health. And what ended up keeping me from pursuing the surgery was I knew that I was I knew that I was lying, and I knew that I was healthy, and I didn't want to risk that. I felt that I don't know, I just felt that that wasn't the answer. So just be careful. Okay, next one. Any suggestions when others notice the difference and comment on it? Yeah, my suggestion is that you gotta be ready. You have to be ready to respond back with confidence. Because people feel what you feel, right? Like if you're confident about it and you like just brush it off to the side as if, yeah, this is me, it's special, or in whatever way you want, people will feel that. But you can say, oh, or, if you don't feel good about it, if you don't feel confident about it, people will feel that as well. So, either way, develop a confidence about it, and then just be ready. If people say something about it, you have to be stronger and more committed internally to be on your side about it, right? So, and if that is the case, then I believe people will be less likely to continue to comment on your chest. I think the more confident you are, the less they will comment and move on to other bigger and better things. Okay, I've had Pectus all my life. I wish I had your confidence. Thank you very much, Marcia. I really do appreciate that. It didn't come easy, it really didn't. I was 28 years old and I needed to develop a ton of courage to be able to do what I did at my high school reunion. Now that being said, I'm 31 now and I'm still battling with confidence issues. It takes time. It takes time. So what I would recommend is, I wasn't born with this confidence. I didn't just have this confidence like that. Like every day I'm working on my confidence, getting stronger and stronger. It's a muscle. So you can have the confidence like me or even more, but you gotta work at it. And to work at your confidence, it takes courage. You gotta be willing to stand out there and just push yourself to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And you'll realize that it isn't that bad, and you'll feel so good about it that you'll start to enjoy it more and more, and slowly but surely you'll develop confidence. But to the parents out there with kids who have Pectus excavatum, confidence is key. Confidence is key. I forgot what I was gonna say. All right, maybe it'll come back to me. Okay, At what age did you notice your PE, and did it get any worse with age? I have a 4-year-old with Pectus excavatum. I think I remember my Pectus excavatum when I was about 5 years old, 5, 6, or 7. I went, I always knew something was different about me. I always knew something was wrong about my chest. And I went to a lake one day with my best friend and my parents. My best friend was a little on the heavy side. He went into the water with his shirt on. And something inside of me told me that I too wanted to keep my shirt on. I didn't want to take my shirt off, I believe because of my chest. But my dad, he was like, Alex, what are you doing? Take your shirt off, go, you know? And so he made me take my shirt off. And that's when I remember my friend pointing to my chest, looking at me as if I was an alien who fell from the sky. And from that day on, I was petrified of taking my shirt off. And he was one of the first people that knew that I had Pectus excavatum. We remained best friends. All right, let's see here. Last question. Let me see. Did that answer your question? I guess it got slightly worse, but I don't think Pectus. I don't really remember my Pectus being, you know, mild and getting deep. You know, I think I just always remember it as the same, so I'm not able to tell you if it got worse or not. It's just I've always had it. I've always had Pectus excavatum. I just always had a hole in my chest, and it's always been like the same size to me. Last one. My son actually loves his pee and being different and would prefer to not fix it, but he's starting to have effects from it, so surgery will probably be in our future. I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, I hope he doesn't get surgery. I hope he doesn't have to get surgery. But if he does, I mean the doctors would know better than me if it's affecting him internally. So I don't have the authority to say don't go for Pectus excavatum surgery if you don't need it. You know, I'm not a doctor, but I hope he doesn't need it. And I think I'll end it with that, guys. I really do appreciate your questions. I took 12 minutes and 25 seconds. Please continue to ask any other questions. I'll be more than happy to share anything with you. I think the best thing that I can recommend is that you work on your child's mind, his confidence, his love for himself, and to really develop a strong philosophy on life, right? On the beauty of who we are on the inside, that we all have gifts and talents to give to the world, and that adversity is one of the best forms of gifts, right? So, I mean, a lot of it really guys, a lot of life, period. Whether you have Pectus excavatum or not, a lot of it is what you make it up here, right? How strong this is, how you look at things, how you conquer things. And it's like they say, you know, mindset is everything. So thank you very much. Alex Vivanco here, your Pectus excavatum mentor. I'll see you guys on the next video.